Good evening to you all, our lovely viewers. This is Snailry Ghana. Today I bring you another update inside one of our greenhouse structures. Now, there's been a lot of debate as to the best system to practice, whether the intensive or the extensive system. But I would want to recommend the extensive system to everyone. This is the reason. Now, we practice both systems, and the advantages in the extensive system outweighs the advantages in the intensive system. Now, in the intensive system, where you have the pens, there's a lot of mortality. This is the reason. Now, there's a lot of interactions between you and the snails. As in, you have to feed them every single day. The next day, you have to take the feed out. You have to give them water and all that. But in this extensive system, now we have sprinklers up here which controls the entire system. So everything here is automated. Now we have a timer out there that controls the sprinklers. So we've timed it, and when the time is up, it opens and it sprinkles water in here. So now in this system, we don't put trees here, we don't put water in here. What happens is we are just trying to mimic. Now, what happens is we are just trying to mimic the forest at home. So here we try to mimic the forest. So in this system, which is the extensive system, which is, you can also say, the greenhouse, when the sprinklers sprinkle water on the ground, the snails naturally lack water, or they naturally siphon water from the soil or from the ground. So we don't put water here. However, the water that comes down is the same water that the snails rely on. So just like in the forest, when it rains, the snails naturally siphon water, naturally lack water from the ground. So in this system, you only come here to give them supplement feed or calcium. So we can be out for about 3 weeks, 1 month. No one will be in here. No one would attend to the snails, but the snails will do perfect, because in here they have about 10 to 11 crops that they can feed on. So in the evenings, they come out to feed on the crops here. Now, when they come out, they decide on what to feed on. This is the beauty of the greenhouse. When the snails are out, they decide on what to feed on. So we don't dictate for them what they should eat. So when they come out, they decide to feed on what they want to feed on. And in this system, the snails lay more eggs than the intensive system, which is the pen system. This is the reason. Now, the snails feel like they are in the wild. They feel like they are in the bush. So they behave exactly as they do in the wild, because of the nature of the setup here. They just feel like they are in the wild. So they multiply more than the intensive system, which is the pen system. And also in this system, there is less mortality. We hardly record mortalities here. This is not to say that we don't record mortalities from time to time. Now, we do record mortalities, but it's very, very minimal. It's very, very on the low, unlike the intensive system, where you are likely to record mortalities frequently. But in this system, it's so down that you hardly record mortalities, and the snails perform and do way better in this system than in the intensive system. And in this system also, it is less labor. Now, once the structure is set up, once the vegetation has grown and the snails are introduced, you hardly come here. You will never come in here. You come in only to give your snails feed and calcium supplement feed. Even with that, you can do it once every 2 weeks or once a week. So you hardly come in here. We encourage you to allow the snails feed on the natural vegetation here. This is the reason. Now, we all know snails are vegetarians, so this helps also in the formation of their eggs. It also helps in their growth. So this system is the best system when it comes to snail farming. And when you really want to scale, it is greenhouse. So if you really want to scale up, it's the greenhouse and not the pen system. If you really want to scale, it is the greenhouse. This is the system that your snails adapt and they multiply in numbers. This is not to say that in the intensive system the snails don't multiply in numbers. They do multiply in numbers, but they do way better in this system than in the intensive system. We practice both systems, and so we speak on authority. We know what we are talking about, and if we are to recommend anything at all to our viewers, we would recommend the greenhouse to them. This is the end of the video. Until we come your way another time, it's a bye-bye.